Nascar Thunder 2004.
Hello everyone, welcome to a tutorial on adding Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Tony Raines into career mode in NASCAR Thunder 2004. So all you're going to need to do here is I have a file linked in the description below. You're going to download that file. It's a .pnach file, P-N-A-C-H. So you're going to take that pnach file and you're going to put it in your whatever your username is, documents, PCSX2 cheats folder, which should be there after you install PCSX2. If you haven't installed PCSX2, do so first. But just put that pnach file that's linked in the description right into this folder. Then load up the game. And when you load up the game, you're going to go to settings, game properties, and then down to cheats. And you're going to see some unlabeled patch codes that should be here. It might not if you just put the file in after you've fired it up. I don't know. But click the checkbox twice. Once fills it, I don't know what that does, and then again checks it. You'll see it'll say cheat patches are active. But I do recommend resetting the game anyway because I don't know how it behaves loading it mid-game. Just go ahead and reset. You could also shut it down and restart it that way as well. I'm going to speed up the game here just to save us a little time. If you get stuck on the loading screen, just go ahead and system reset. You'll notice it happened here. So if it gets past halfway and it still is loading, that's just a little glitch with some of the cheat patches sometimes. If it happens a couple times, then I do actually recommend doing the shutdown rather than the reset option. So as you can see, it worked that second time there for me. So I'm going to go right to race modes and career mode and show you guys. Well, actually, let's show you what I did. So there's a couple settings that I had to do that were a little funky. So I couldn't just take Earnhardt's Legend car or entry in the game and make it a Cup driver. It was not that easy to do. I had to actually swap him with a fantasy driver because the Legends cars don't activate in career mode even if you change the value that makes them a Cup driver. As you can see though, it says Cup Series down here. So I swapped him with a fantasy driver, which means the fantasy driver is also swapped. So Lonnie McKinney, I just grabbed one. You can see his car's not even the right type because I was messing around with that with the Chevy and whatever. But that's fine. Earnhardt's car is correct, so it's all good. I swapped his Legacy Chevy out for the regular car, the GM Goodwrench car, just because the Legacy Chevy doesn't have a number on the car. So I thought if you're running career mode, you're going to want his regular paints here. Then also somewhere down in the fantasy section is Tony Raines. Tony Raines, I overwrote an existing fantasy driver again. I didn't reorder this list though. I know how, but I didn't bother because you can't resort these guys. But as you see, he's also listed as Cup Series. So I don't know how to add. I know Paul Menard and Hideo Fukuyama, I think it is. I know they can be added to the game. Their paint schemes can be swapped in. I don't know how to get their paint schemes in. If somebody who's done that or has a resource, not just the video where they did it, but how to do that, then I could easily add those two drivers to career mode as well. I could maybe make it Todd Bodine in the 66 since he ran more time in that car, I think, than Hideo did. But I could make it either way or patch for both, whatever. The other thing, I did put driver ratings on both of these drivers. Tony Raines should be like somewhere near to like Fittipaldi's settings in the game. Earnhardt, I made his like Earnhardt Jr.'s. I know he has ratings in the Legend one, but they made his Legend rating just insane. He just would dominate every race. So I put Earnhardt Jr.'s settings in and used some different ones for per track type. So super speedways, he should be super fast. Not like always winning fast, but always up there fast. I also changed his birth date in his rookie year. I'm not sure which one drives the retirement. I thought it was just the birth date, but when I changed that, he still retired in a test. So the first season, so I changed both. And yeah, it's the same year he's born. He's a rookie. But I changed both, and he shouldn't retire in career mode for probably a while, if at all. I'm not sure when it'll trigger, but I just made that change so that if you want to run with him in career mode, he won't retire. And I'll show you how to change that if you want him to just retire after one season. So yeah, they're both here, as you can see. Let's go to career mode just to show you that they do exist. I'm gonna put it on easy just because, yeah, just because I want to be able to like catch up to him, because otherwise, starting a new career, the car's gonna be way too slow in Legend to drive anything. So as you can see, we're here in the career mode. Apologies, my out of car view, everything gets blurry. I don't know what setting I need to change for that, but my in car is perfectly clear. But as you can see, here's Earnhardt in the field. He didn't qualify bad, which is weird. Doesn't normally happen that way. But I put everybody on easy just so I can actually, keep up with people in the first race. But Earnhardt's in here, Tony Raines is in here. The only thing you gotta watch is sometimes they don't load correctly the first time you go in career mode. Actually, Tony Raines didn't load correctly. I am not sure what causes this yet, so there is, there is some stuff to figure out. But as you see, Earnhardt's here. It is him. But Tony Raines, I think I saw him way ahead. He's in the fantasy car. He's in the car that I set him to replace. So I'm not sure what causes that. You may want to just keep restarting the career mode, rebooting the game, to try again until you get both cars. So it does show whatever paint scheme they had at Daytona. But if they're in the correct car at Daytona, if Dale's in the 3 and Raines is in the 74, then the rest of career mode, it seems like they should stay in that correct car. There's something with when it initially loads what car they're in that it can mess up and not have Raines in the 74, and it can have Earnhardt in the fantasy car. But if they load correctly, if they load correctly at Daytona, they should be correct throughout the career. I think Earnhardt just tried to hit me through '09. That was fun. But yeah, so just reload career, run Daytona, and if they're in the correct schemes at Daytona, you could check via the starting grid, probably easiest if they qualify up front, or maybe in practice you could just run down pit road or something. Also, if/when Dale Sr. retires, the retirement screen sometimes has like the wrong car number on it, and is a little weird. And I have no idea if that has adverse effects. All I know is this patch, this set of cheat codes, it gives them ratings. It adds them to the field. If their paint schemes load correctly, then you got both of them in their correct paint schemes. But it's not 100%. There's probably something in the career data I could change. Memory thing I could. Oh God. When does that? Oh, I have them on easy. I'm like, that never happens. I'm used to playing on Legend. Yeah, sorry. But they do have good stats, I believe, for how they ran, or how they would have ran, I should say, for Dale's case. Potentially. Obviously, we're guesstimating a bit, but we're going off this past, his 2000 season, for example. I apparently intimidated him. But that's pretty much it. If you want to, so I'm going to show you guys a little something on the file itself. So if you open the PNATCH file in any text editor, I use Notepad++, but I think regular Notepad also works. I'm not 100%. So I have some leftover fun things in there for you if you want to mess around with that. You could make the number 43 car a pace car model. These ones break, but I have settings. Most of my stuff's labeled. If it's got 2 slashes in front of it, then it's not active. So this one doesn't work for career mode. That was just changing him from legend to cup driver. And so instead of just being able to do that one line, I had to do all of this and this to swap him with the 131. And if I didn't make the 131 his car, if I didn't do it both directions, the game actually had issues in career mode. There was like, it added a fantasy driver to, like, some other stuff was messed up. So it was adding things it shouldn't have. But by swapping them entirely, it seems to work. Again, minus sometimes the paint scheme. Same with Tony Raines. Well, actually, not same with Tony Raines. Tony Raines, I didn't swap. It's a full replacement of the fantasy car. Again, there's probably more settings I can do to get the paint scheme to swap more permanently or more consistently for both of them. It seems to work for Earnhardt more than Raines, but I've had it work for both. Here's where Earnhardt's birth and rookie year have been changed. If you don't want that you can just put / in front of all these, or you can delete them. It's up to you. But this is just so he doesn't retire right away. I don't know when he will, but it's gonna be way later in the game, because I essentially made him younger than half the field. So down here are their stats. Also, Tony Raines' like name entry, his city, all his driver info. That stuff's down here spread out. Track stats is their specific to the track type. So there's stats in the game for super speedways, short tracks, road courses, and those stats are a little different, but those are here. So I'm not going to explain what they are or how to change them. You're just going to have to accept the stats. That's way more in depth. But yeah, if you want to make it so Dale retires after the first season, you can just comment these out with 2 slashes or delete them. That's pretty much it. I don't think anything else is necessary to change. You could yeah, see, this one I thought it was going to make all the paints go, and that one breaks the game. I don't know why. It breaks everything. But I still don't understand how all the data works, but I understand enough to make a video. I think this is a fun little patch for people to revisit with. Have senior racing sometimes in the correct car in career mode. But that's going to do it. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, or if you have any info on the Menards and the Hideo Fukuyama paints and how to get those just activated at all, if anyone knows that much information, that'd be helpful, because I think I know enough on the other side of it to get them into career mode. So thanks for watching, and there will be more stuff like this throughout the year. I don't know how often. It's just, this is my pet project, but I race in real life. So, and full-time job and all that stuff. So I'm busy with a lot of things. So I don't know how often I'll be doing these sort of things. But my dream goal is to figure out how to change the textures on everybody and to put some paint schemes in and be able to run other stuff. But for now, just getting the drivers activated and learning, different pieces of the puzzle here. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.